Hi, I'm Rob Burton. I'm the Director of Corporate and Regulatory Affairs for White Cloud electronic cigarettes. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about a bill that's going through Washington State at the moment, which is House Bill 1645. And it has a number of restrictions that potentially could impact our business and consumers in Washington State. Potentially an internet ban, restrictions on flavours, additional licensing requirements, and a number of things that could cover future implications as well that give autonomy to certain governments and regulations in those areas that mean that people could address other factors that are not even included in the bill at the moment. This bill could potentially affect e-cigarette customers in a number of ways. First of all, they won't be able to get their products via the internet. It could actually be a felony for them to order that product over the internet. It will also have restrictions when they go into vaping stores, that they will have to prove that they are over a certain age, not just for themselves, but also for anybody else that goes in there as well. The stores may also be required to carry the history of them purchasing the electronic cigarettes and vapor products up to 5 years beyond the time they actually purchase a product. Whilst we agree with some of the regulations that are going through at the moment up and down the country, such as age restrictions, these should be done in a way that allows manufacturers to support the regulation rather than oppose it. Now, as White Cloud, we've been focusing on adult smokers the whole time that we've been in business since 2008. And we even use online, complicated and sophisticated verification systems to make sure that our products only go to those that are of an appropriate age in terms of the state regulations and national regulations for sales of tobacco. So 18 or 21 where it's higher. Whilst there's a lot of criticism of flavours as characterising and attracting youth into smoking, there's two elements to that. First of all, the flavours we use are researched on adult smokers. And also, obviously, if the products are only available to adults, then children would have to form some form of felony or try an illicit route to actually get those products. What we found with our research, and we've done some focus group research with the university here, is that adults start on the tobacco type flavours and the menthol flavours when they first switch from cigarettes. So those types of products that replicate their smoking behaviour. As their taste buds and sensory aspects return, they experiment more with the right concentration of nicotine, the right flavours that fit their lifestyle and satisfy them in a way that the tobacco products never did. In fact, many of them never ever go back to a tobacco flavour ever again and stay with those alternative flavours. And those restrictions that could potentially remove the ability to use flavours could also impact the ability for smokers to move to a potentially safer alternative without that choice. Any bill that reduces the opportunity for a tobacco harm reduction strategy, I think, could be viewed as being excessive. This doesn't support smokers looking for potentially safer alternatives, it actually restricts their choice. Many public health officials up and down the country agree with this principle that tobacco harm reduction has a real supporter in electronic cigarettes as part of a risk continuum. And if you remove that opportunity for smokers to access these electronic cigarettes, you run the risk of actually keeping them smoking and creating more of a risk to those people by maintaining their tobacco habit. These maverick states that are trying to establish regulations are really not basing them on science and evidence. The body for developing that science and presenting that regulatory framework is the FDA, and they're going through that process at the moment. We should be supportive and creating an opportunity where electronic cigarettes can be part of a tobacco harm reduction strategy based on scientific and evidential regulation, not on some whim that's created by a senator looking for more political gain or looking for taxes on electronic cigarettes rather than looking for a true harm reduction strategy.
To keep up with all the exciting e-cig news and all the cool things White Cloud has going on, click the subscribe button right there. Subscribe right here. Click it. Just do it.